Speaking of falling for the look of a set, 1968 Topps is what you call clean. The burlap textured background surround bright player photos, though it doesn't come off as a distraction. In 1967, Topps changed the backs of their cards, listing career stats in a vertical format for the first time. The 68s carry on this tradition. I picked up this extremely crisp and uniform set the week after winning the almost complete 1959 set. The transaction happened so quickly, I'm still spinning from the event. The day I officially stepped into the vintage world, I went to the auction house to acquire my 59 purchase and got sucked into a conversation about vintage cards and the task of putting complete sets together when the gentleman who helped in the auction mentioned this set was in stock. He actually had no idea what he was going to do with it at the time, and I asked if he would consider selling it. The following week, I had 596 of the 598 cards that would make up a complete run. The set was only missing Mr. Clemente and the Ryan Koosman rookie card, so the price was reasonable. It wasn't difficult to find the remaining two. Here's my number 177 in a PSA 7. You might know of the uncorrected spelling error on this one. It's on the back. The word sensational is missing the second S. But do you know about the variation on the other important rookie from this collection, number 247 Johnny Bench? Again, on the reverse. The first line of his bio reads the or TNE. Corrected spelling or print defect. There isn't one version scarcer than the other, so the card's pricing should only reflect its condition. There are a few cards that had errors or printing that was deemed important enough to change. On card number 10, Jim Lonborg's last name is spelled with an E and corrected with a second O. Cards in the first series have a background with a lighter and wider mesh pattern than the rest. However, checklist number 107 is found with two different sizes in its mesh pattern. Checklist 192 has a change in text on the reverse: to increase your scores and to increase the scores. The copyright position on the back of checklist 278 was printed on either side of the card's bottom. More checklist fun, the inset photos of Jim Holtzman and Frank Robinson on cards 356 and 454 respectively have a slight shift in how they sit within the black circle border. On checklist 518, the listing for card 539 was printed as both American League rookies and Major League rookies. Finally, one of the toughest cards to acquire in all of Topps runs, number 400 Mike McCormick. The team name, as with all Giants cards that year, was printed in yellow, but there are variations of Mike's found with the team in white. Very difficult to find at all, and examples usually get sent for immediate grading. In 2018, a PSA Mint 9 of the card sold at auction for $9,600. This card is the only one needed for me to call a master set complete. That might have to get filed in the same folder as the 1958 Pancho Herrera. We always seem to go back to him. Ed Brinkman number 49 and Casey Cox number 66 are found with their team names in both white and yellow, but the yellow cards were part of a very similar looking set produced by Milton Bradley for a board game, and are not variations of Topps' base set. We'll have fun sorting out yellow and white letters and player names during the next video. Going back to this base set, this marked the first year Oakland A's cards were produced. Sporting News All-Star cards made a return, and as a fun twist, collectors could assemble the backs of those cards to make black and white photographs of Orlando Cepeda and Carl Yastrzemski. Again, this is one of the few sets I don't see myself ever parting with. It's really that clean and crisp in person, as if the cards were cut from the same sheets. Thanks for watching, and check out future videos which will follow and update my progress in finishing this and other vintage sets. Next, we'll highlight the end of the decade as we say goodbye to the player most synonymous with the company and trading cards from the 50s and 60s. Stay tuned for my showing of the 1969 Topps set.